Today on Yeeter Reacts, I'm going to review some of the meanest comments that I have come across between Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere we post. I've collected as many of the mean comments as I can, and today I want to respond to some of them. Now, I want to preface this by saying that a lot of the content that I post is intentionally upsetting for both political parties and a large majority of people. The whole idea with this channel was to really post stuff and say stuff that otherwise could not be said or no one else was saying. So with that, I expected a lot of angry comments to come. When I started this project, I understood that there was going to be a lot of angry comments, so this doesn't really surprise me. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get into it here. You know this guy is deep in the closet. And that comment came from YouTube Shorts on a video that I mentioned that law and morality are not the same thing. Now let me tell you, if you think that me thinking a lot of the laws here in the US are immoral, if that makes me gay, well, I don't know what to tell you other than slap my ass and call me Bill. Because let me tell you, the majority of the laws here in the US are completely immoral. This idiot doesn't know about jail/prison. January 6th is calling. It wants its outfit back. And that came from, again, YouTube on a YouTube short that I had mentioned that you can't take my God-given rights regardless of the Second Amendment being there or not. That's a God-given right, whether or not you're a religious person. And no, January 6th, I had absolutely nothing to do with that. In fact, I really don't think that that event is really all that worth talking about. Like, oh my goodness, some unarmed people walked into a building and were escorted around by police. Oh, it's the end of democracy. Are you fucking kidding me? So no, January 6th, I'm pretty sure I was just at home drinking or doing something. I bet you voted for this, sicko. Your advice on what's healthy or good means shit. This had to do with me posting a video saying that the majority of the world's health experts are completely unhealthy. And I saw a lot of comments that basically said, well, my opinion doesn't matter either. And that would be correct. I do not claim to be an expert on health. And I never have claimed to be an expert on health. That being said, I am significantly stronger and faster, more athletic and healthier than 99% of the population here in the US. I train almost every single day, I do cardio every single day, and I lift weights every single day. I think it's fair for me to say that trusting a fat person's advice on health is probably not a good idea. Like, you guys can get mad all you want saying, you know, I'm not a health expert, I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about more than like an overweight piece of shit that's in the government claiming to be a health expert. Like, these are not people that you want to be listening to. Doesn't mean you have to listen to me, just not them. By your own logic, we shouldn't listen to you either. What medical degrees do you have? I'm willing to bet you're a bricklayer. No, I do not have a medical degree or a degree in nutrition or anything like that. But I'm pretty confident in saying I know more about nutrition and health than government experts, government health experts that are significantly overweight and clearly mentally unhealthy. Does that make me an expert on any of that? Absolutely not, but it makes me more qualified than them. Actions speak louder than words. You can't really be a health expert while being visibly unhealthy. That clearly means that your words mean absolutely nothing. Your advice is useless. People are just itching to murder each other in the States. This fool giggling like a teenager infantile. I posted a reaction to a meme about using dragon's breath indoors on burglars. And no, I disagree. I don't think people here in the US are itching to murder each other, but I think there's a lot of humor surrounding the darkness of having to use self-defense. I suppose if you can't get the humor of that, if you can't laugh at, you know, jokes regarding self-defense, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Go touch some grass. You seem really upset. Those glasses are lesbian. I don't even know what that means. Sorry, Mary, but glasses are staying. Hate to break it to you. God-given? Boy, are you lost? And this was, again, me. I posted that video and I mentioned that you can't take my God-given rights regardless of the Second Amendment being there or not. That's still a God-given right. This lady, are you lost? I think this would be a fair time to say that I'm not a particularly religious person in any way. When I mention God-given rights, that can be taken in a lot of different ways. I don't really care if we're talking about like the Christian God or the Muslim God or any other, you know, Hindu. To me, it really doesn't matter. It's still a God-given right. That's a right that every human being should and does have at birth. I'm not disagreeing, but seriously, why the ginormous glasses? Well, Mr. Ray, the majority of us men are pretty fucking ugly. Almost all of us are ugly in one way or another. Now, Ray, there's a little known tactic here about being less ugly as a man, and that is to cover more of your face. So that means hat, sunglasses, beard. You get those three covered and you'll go from a 2 to at least a 6. So why the ginormous glasses, Ray? It's because I'm f***ing ugly, and these help cover more of my face to make me look at least somewhat acceptable to put myself on the internet. Is this dude a crybaby liberal trying to pose as a center-right guy? No, I don't really identify as a liberal. I don't identify as a Republican. I don't identify as anything. If I had to identify with any particular party, it would be the Libertarian Party, because frankly, the Republican Party seems basically like Democrats, just with more steps, or actually probably less steps. Republicans from 100 years ago would be considered far right, like terrorist extremists today. And that should tell you, like, society has continued to move further and further and further and further left, and it's only going to keep going that way. So if you were to take like a Democrat from 100 years ago, would probably have the same values as a Republican today. So if I had to identify with any party, yeah, it would probably be the Libertarian Party. Antipsychotics and mood stabilizers aren't that expensive, dude. Get some help. I'll toss you a couple bucks if you need it. Listen, life is much better when you're unmedicated. Mood stabilizers? No. I love being bipolar and kind of crazy. Antipsychotics? Absolutely not. That's what makes this channel fun, is being a psychotic retard. This guy's first job was at his dad's Honda dealership. This is one that actually kind of frustrated me. More than any other comment that I've ever read, that one in particular made me mad because of the amount of work that I have had to do to get to the point of my life that I am. Now, a lot of people got upset when I said capitalism is a good thing and all these socialist crybabies are just basically lazy. That upset a lot of people, and it got a lot of people thinking that I am somehow rich or I came from money or something like that. I got my first job at 17, just like normal people. I paid for my very first car all in cash. It was like $1,200. I don't have a degree. I don't even have a GED. I literally don't have a high school GED. I've worked very hard since I was 17, which was 11 years ago, to start internet businesses, to start side hustles, to teach myself skills, and it's gotten me to where I am. So it makes me really upset when people say, you know, like, oh, this guy got a job at his dad's Honda dealership. My dad is a computer programmer, never gotten a job from him. They never bought me a car. Like nothing like that. I came from a very normal home. I'm sure that means a lot coming from a nobody YouTuber. Bree128. A lot of men out there never get congratulated, never get thanked for what they do in society. All the trade workers out there, the blue collar guys that are building the country, they never get thanked. I put up a video thanking them. You know, whether or not that meant something to them, I mean, that's up to them. Every channel starts at 0. Every social media account starts at 0. Every personality starts at 0. So yeah, coming from a nobody YouTuber, you know, maybe someday this channel will be something, maybe it won't, but I think it's still fair for me to thank men for building the country. This dude, for some weird reason, went out of his way to bash women. He literally said himself, there's women in it, but said, nah, f that, let's only appreciate them, referring to the men. And that was a video where I just thanked trade workers for basically building the country, thanked men for what they do. In a lot of jobs like logging, trucking, that's almost entirely men. You know, it's like 97% men in trades like that. I just thanked men, but somehow me thanking men is the exact equivalent to bashing women, even though I mentioned literally nothing about women in that post. But somehow, if I thank men, I'm accused of bashing women. How the f does that make any sense? You're so cringe with your goofy white supremacist glasses. How are sunglasses white supremacist? There, you heard it, folks. The YouTube commenter pointed it out. Heat Wave is officially sponsored by the KKK. Seriously though, like, but I don't. They're just sunglasses that are really popular here on the West Coast. I don't under. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. I can't do any more of these comments. They get dumber and dumber as you go down the list. As a friendly reminder, I do read every single comment that comes through on this channel, whether that be on, you know, the YouTube, the TikTok. So be sure to drop yours down below. Drop it somewhere, and I'll see you guys in the next one.